Okay, my beautiful friends, here we go. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, December 18, 2019. So here's where we are right now. Stock futures are higher, pointing towards yet another record high open for the stock market. Look, when you have easy money being promised to this market for as far as the eye can see, when you have a sitting United States president calling for lower rates, negative rates, more quantitative easing, where do you think stocks are going to go? Okay, so anybody who's calling for a market crash today, tomorrow, next week is brain dead. Let's just get it out there. It ain't happening. The market is fake. It's fake. Look, we have a communist market. It's a fascist market. It's a managed market. You know that. That's where we are. The final solution of the world central banks is being fulfilled. They are being called on by world leaders like presidents to issue more debt. That's their end game. This is their goal. They're serial bubble blowers. That's what they are. They deliberately, between our bought and paid for government and the central banks, which are the government, deliberately inflate bubbles. This one's a mega bubble. Then they deflate it. And they transfer wealth. They transfer wealth. This is a phenomenon that has been occurring over and over and over and over again since before the 1929 crash, and it's going to continue. But this one, this is the all-encompassing bubble like we have never seen. Now, let's talk about a couple of other assets here. Cryptocurrencies are under pressure. No surprise to you again. Metals under pressure. No surprise to you again. But these are where the bargains are, in my opinion, longer term. These are not trades. You know that. Crude oil is firmly above $60 a barrel. Again, no surprise to you. I told you it was going here, and it's going up. No doubt about it. That's going to pull the energy sector higher. That's going to pull the financial sector higher. It's going to pull the whole stock market higher. Period. Now, this doesn't mean that today the stock market might end lower. The trajectory is higher. We're going to waver around. It's a random walk with an upward drift, but a very powerful upward push here, because of the calls for easy money, because we understand what the Fed must do. Look, I explained to you yesterday, we are marching right into a massive liquidity crisis and a credit freeze. These markets are going to lock up. This is why I said to you yesterday that without the Federal Reserve doing what they're doing now, I mean, this is full-blown quantitative easing. They're buying the entire yield curve. The banks involved in this repo scam. It's a scam to keep, again, they're swapping cash overnight from one bank to the other to give the illusion that there's liquidity in the system, to pin down the short end of the curve so the yield curve slope appears normal. This forces cash into the stock market. It's so simple. You don't need a degree in anything to figure this stuff out. It's crazy. Anyway, so this is where we're at this morning. Like I said, stock futures pointing towards a record high open. Who knows? We might go lower throughout the day, but that's where we are now. But everything is kind of in a sweet spot. You got crude oil above 60. You got pressure on metals, pressure on cryptos, as you would expect in a risk-on environment. Risk-on meaning cash is going into the stock market. You got promises and calls for more easy money to be flooded into this market by the President of the United States, who wants you to believe that our economy is so strong, is booming, but he's calling for more quantitative easing? How does that work? Oh, and rate cuts, interesting, isn't it? Unless, of course, he understands the agenda of the Federal Reserve, of other world central banks, inflate the debt, inflate the debt, inflate the debt, to issue in their final solution. That's the goal here of the central banks. It's been going on for multiple decades. You know that. Anyone trying to tell you different is a shill and probably being paid to tell you different. This guy loves you. I'll see you at the end of the day.